Did you take a friend to a coffee shop this week and turn that placemat over, and before you know it, you were teaching them law of attraction? Or have you been helping your friends over the telephone, one after another, giving them law of attraction tools and tips that you've been learning here on the Hangout with Michael show? Isn't it fun? What? You didn't get paid? No one's paying you to do that? I don't think so. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Loge, and welcome to the Hangout with Michael show. I'm the author of these 3 best-selling books, and today it's all about law of attraction and how you can become a certified law of attraction facilitator and make money for all these beautiful tips and tools that you've been helping people over the phone and coffee shops, your friends and your families. Now it's time to exchange your energy for the energy of money. And today I've got a couple rock star facilitators with me, and I have John with me today. We're going to be reading your comments live here on the show. So welcome, and thanks for joining us today. Again, the topic is how to become a certified law of attraction facilitator. I'm going to welcome my friends in just a moment, but first, I'm just going to make a couple of announcements. I'm going to do that via a little screen share I'm going to show you here. So I want to encourage you to, there we go. I'm going to encourage you to visit my homepage. It's michaelloche.com or Hangout with Michael, and right here, upcoming events. I'm going to click on the events. I've got a series of events happening that you may be interested in. The first one is how to become a certified law of attraction facilitator live in Las Vegas, May 16th and 17th. Today, I'm going to give you more details about what this 2-day program looks like. So you can just register here. The next one in beautiful Victoria, BC, Canada, where I live on the west coast of Canada, Sunday afternoon between 1 and 4 on May 27th, from my book, Your Life's Purpose. I got an afternoon seminar. You will leave here having uncovered the top 4 things that fulfill you. And boy, when you're fulfilled, you feel good about your life. That's what we want. Next, Toronto, Ontario, Law of Attraction Seminar, Sunday afternoon, 1 to 5. It's the full 3-step process from start to beginning with a 10-page workbook, all the processes, all the steps. You will master how to use the law of attraction. And on the way to New Brunswick, Canada, I'm stopping in at Fredericton for a full-day seminar on June 8th. Tickets are selling really well there. They're doing a great job promoting it. Again, it is a full-day seminar on law of attraction with the workbook and the processes, and you will leave after that full-day seminar understanding and mastering law of attraction. So Fredericton, New Brunswick on June 8th, Toronto, Ontario, June 3rd, beautiful Victoria, BC, May 27th, and May 16th and 17th in fabulous Las Vegas. There we go. So good morning to my lovely panel this morning. Let's have you all introduce yourself. We're going to start with RKB. Good morning, Rhonda Knight Boyle.
Good morning, Michael. Good to see you. I'm so excited to be here. Yes, sir.
Good. Tell us about yourself.
You bet. I'm Rhonda Boyle, and I am from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and I am a strengths activation coach and a certified law of attraction facilitator. Thank you, Mr. Michael Loge.
Thank you. And today you're going to be telling us in a few minutes about your successes of being the queen of law of attraction in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we're going to be asking you more about that. So thanks for joining us. Hey, John, come on in. Tell us more about you.
Hey, good day, everyone. Yes, my name's John Inverarity, and I'm a certified emotion code and certified body code practitioner. I live and love Vancouver, Canada, on the West Coast, and helping people with chronic pain, reducing chronic pain, and reducing stress, and helping increase physical health, motivation, abundance, prosperity. The list continues. Yeah, pleasure to be here again.
Good. And John and I host an Emotion Code live show on Saturdays. And John, a little later on, you're going to talk about our special topic for tomorrow for those that want to join us. And for the first time, and I've been waiting to have you on the show for a long time, is my friend Ida. Ida, good evening to you and good morning to our friends watching on the west coast of Canada. Hey, let us know who you are and where you're from.
Hi, Michael. Thank you for having me. And hi, everyone. I'm Ida Amatawa. I'm a law of attraction facilitator, and I've been doing this for 4 years now. I'm also a certified pranic healer and a life coach. So I'm really happy to be here.
Well, good. Well, I'm interested in our friends knowing where you are calling from.
Well, I am from Kuwait City, and Kuwait City is in the Middle East, so we are pretty far off.
Okay, good. And you're going to share some of your success here. I know you're doing law of attraction training in the corporate world and the public world, and I know you've been on TV in Kuwait, so I'm very proud of you, and thank you for joining us today. We're going to tap into you quite shortly. First, John, who's watching? Who's saying what already this morning, please?
Yeah, so we have Jessica Tyler is with us and says hello. And of course, Natasha Paula Samuel is watching, says, hello, Michael and panel. Looking forward to a great show. It's very sunny and warm here in Romford, Essex.
Okay, Jessica and NPS, thanks for joining us. Thank you. Hey, we have Susan Arthur back with us today. Evening, lovely people. Our friend Laura Hill from New York. Welcome, Laura Hill and Susan.
And Nana Peterson says, hello from sunny Denmark.
Oh, we got Denmark in the house. We got United States. We have Kuwait. We have Romford, Essex in the house. Very nice.
Yeah, and Sylvia Bellini is watching as well. Says, hello, sunny day in London. My
Dog.
JRT, Jack Russell Terrier, Lucy, is lying on a cold kitchen floor. Looking forward to a great show.
Sylvia and Lucy in the house. Lisa Hammond, good morning. Deborah Spring. Where's Deborah Spring today? She's a world traveler. I wonder if she's in Vancouver or... So Deborah Spring, good morning. Nice to have you with us.
And MJ Campana, hello from sunny PA.
Hey, MJ, good morning.
And Alan Davidson says, good morning from cool Western Pennsylvania.
Western Pennsylvania's in the house. Elise Shockey is in the house as well. Good morning, Elise. And our friend Kelly Carson is joined us. So good morning, Kelly Carson. Well, good. That's our roundup of people we're going to welcome. We're going to come back and scoop them up and say hello to them as we go. But first today is for those of you, and I know that you're out there. Some of you are already law of attraction coaches, and you're trying to figure out how to attract business. I can almost promise you, doing a free introductory presentation, Law of Attraction, Michael Lozier style, will put paid people in your calendar. So if you are a Law of Attraction coach and you're having struggle trying to get the word out or trying to get some exposure, or you want to be the Law of Attraction queen in your neighborhood, my certification training program will help you do that. Then there's the other enthusiast. You know, you're the people out there that you love talking about Law of Attraction. People come to you for Law of Attraction advice. Maybe you're doing talks about it already. What if you did a training program about it? What if you did a razzle-dazzle training program on the Law of Attraction that was an introductory presentation and you blew people away so much so they took their wallets out? My hunch is you'd be in. So today we're going to talk to two successful certified Law of Attraction facilitators. Then I'm going to break down what you can learn in Las Vegas, which is on May 16th and 17th. And honestly, what you could do that Saturday on May 19th, you can have a living room of your friends and family and be in a position to do an introductory Law of Attraction presentation. Because when you come to Vegas, you'll be practicing it. You're going to learn it, understand it, practice it. Learn it, understand it, and practice it. And you will leave with the skill sets on how to deliver a high octane, I guess you could call it that, a high-functioning, high-participation presentation that everybody will leave your living room, and I'm saying that because it's a safe place to do it the first time, they'll say, holy S-balls, did I ever learn a lot today? That's my goal for you. So Rhonda Nightball, we're going to start with you, please. Why don't you tell people about the introductory presentation and how you, and where you've done that before, and how long it took you to prepare for it. Like, you know, someone said, hey, Rhonda, where did you speak last, for example? Who did you talk to, and how did you prepare for that presentation? Go ahead, please.
Well, thanks, Michael. I did the presentation probably I've been out of town, so probably about 12 days ago, and it took me about half a minute to get prepared because I have a little bag that I carry everything in, and really, it just is no time at all.
Okay, good stuff. And some of the things that we teach in the program, that introductory it's more than an introductory because they're leaving with lots of goodies. Something that's very unique about the training, that the way we do it, we use accelerated learning techniques. Tell me about your audience and how they respond to these techniques, and what does that even mean for someone that's listening for the first time?
So accelerated learning techniques really get the audience engaged in the presentation, and it literally takes them from being just an interested bystander into becoming sitting at the edge of their seat, fully participating and hanging on your every word.
Yeah.
That's what the signature presentation does, and using the accelerated learning techniques.
That's right. And we also use NLP doing that. On Wednesday, I did a presentation here for an executive luncheon. And I thought, probably after lunch. No, it wasn't after lunch. It was during lunch. And I had handouts. And I thought, okay, Mr. Flexible, they're not going to be taking notes because they're eating. Oh, I was wrong. They're taking notes. They were even eating. And I was asking, so how many kind of vibes are there? And they're like, true. Like they were screaming out answers. Some people actually push their plate to the side so they could be present. And there's a cute little thing we like to do after we do this training. It's like I do it anyway, and I asked you guys to do it. We make a guarantee. And one of the guarantees is that they're going to remember what percentage of everything we taught them. What's the percentage? It is
100%.
100%. And I tell them right out, it's within the first 4 minutes, I say, you're going to remember 100% of everything I told you. So at the end, the way we wrap up is I say, now, and I do this little thing where they have to fill in the blank and answer every question that I asked, and they got 100%. And they're like, wow, they're so surprised.
They do every time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, they cannot not. In my second book, Law of Connection, I talk about the 4 learning styles. So I'm getting them to write it down for the kinesthetic. I'm getting them to say it for the auditory people. They get to see it on their worksheets. They get to experience it. They get to think about it. They cannot not remember all the answers. I also tell them they're probably going to remember more in that half hour than a whole semester at university. Is that true? Say yes or no. Yes.
Yes.
So at first, I was getting like 90% participation. That's not good enough. So I'd ask the question, most people answer, you know what, let's try that again. And when I say that, then I get full participation because they say, this guy's serious. He wants us to answer. So now people are pushing their plates away. Yeah. So that's the model, Rhonda. NLP, accelerated learning techniques, full participation, and not a lot of setup time. Good stuff. So Ida, I'd like to ask you, because I don't know the culture in Kuwait, but are they used to answering questions out loud and participating, or what's the style of the audience there, and how does your training make them respond?
Well, actually, it really depends. If my audience are younger people and college students, they love it. They want to participate. When it's older, when it's corporate, and I'm doing this for a company, and they're all CEOs or like just very business-like and doctors and PhD, they kind of hold back. But once they see how this is fun and it's engaging and it's really something they can use for everyday life, no, they go all the way. So you have to pace your audience, and
I find that too. Sometimes an older generation, they're a little shy, but once they feel safe and they're thinking, oh, he's not picking on anybody or pointing on anybody, and once they hear their neighbors, the people, the woman or guy beside them answer it out loud, and then they think, oh, I better buy into this, right? So you're right. So sometimes young people, they're used to going to school, they respond. The older stuff, it takes them, and I don't mean a long time, maybe 2 or 5 minutes, and they finally say, you know what, I'm going to answer, raise my hand as well. Good.
Yeah, that's true.
So tell me about one of the corporate kind of style. What was that corporate audience like for you? Who were they?
Well, it happened to be all men. So for me, that was kind of intimidating because they were all men that came all the way from the petroleum company corporation and they had to drive like 2 hours to get to the hotel where I was giving their this seminar for 2 days, and they wanted, and of course I did it all for 2 days. I gave them the whole the information, and I gave them everything that we taught us, and it was really challenging, but I mean, I loved it, and they loved it. They said that it was the best seminar, the workshop they have ever attended in their lives.
That's right.
And
Probably driving there, they were thinking, oh, I got to sit and listen to her for 2 days. What they didn't know is you had worksheets, and you had them put into pairs of 2, and they were doing group work, and they were sharing stuff. And before you know it, day 2 is over. It's like, wow, did that ever go fast? Yeah.
Yeah, they felt they could use it for their personal lives too. It wasn't just for work. So, it was very successful.
Yeah, I like that too. That point. If you learn it for your personal life, you're thinking, you know what? I could use this in my relationships, or my money, or my health, or with my children. Learning the whole stuff. Well, I'm proud of you. That was a nice gig that you got. Good stuff. I also saw you interviewed on a TV show. How much time did you have for that interview?
Well, surprisingly enough, what happened is that they had some questions lined up for me, and they told me about the questions beforehand. And I said, no, please don't tell me what you're going to be asking.
Oh,
so,
nice.
So what happened is that both hosts were fighting over the questions. They wanted to know, they kept springing questions onto me, and it was amazing how what you taught us helped to, it helps us with the impromptu, with the questions, how to answer and how to. Just like I wasn't dodging any of the questions. Actually, I was answering to what you had taught.
Yes.
That becomes part of the teaching.
Good stuff. I know when Oprah interviewed me, yes, I'm name dropping. When Oprah interviewed me before the show, the producer said, so we've got 7 callers on the line. And then Oprah said, do you want to know the questions? And I said, no, I don't want to know the questions. He said, really? And I said, yeah. And I nailed every one of them. Boom. The truth is, the answers are always the same, give or take, right? And there's not a question that we haven't been asked before, and we're trained to know the answer. So I did. I took 7 people live, answered their questions. It was pretty exciting. Well, congratulations, Ida. We're going to head out to Vancouver, and John, why don't you tell us who else is joining us live? Then we're going to come back, and then Ron is going to tell us about. This is the free introductory presentation that you'll learn in Las Vegas. And then when you do that free one, and you do it over and over and over again, this audience and this audience, and then you upsell them or you offer a full day seminar, or Ida did it in 2 days. I did it once in 3 days. I'm doing it next Friday in 2 hours. I'm doing the full day seminar in 2 hours. But we learn how to stretch it and how to shrink it. Ron and I are going to talk about that after we hear from John in Verity. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, we have Susan Arthur's watching from the UK. Permelia Parham says, good morning, panel. Love this Facebook Live program.
Thank you.
And Kevin is in the house. Kevin Hunes.
Kevin Hunes in the house.
And Suzanne Darnell says, hello from Hawaii.
Yeah. Kevin saying, the boss is with his name dropping.
Yeah.
Name dropping. Speaking of name dropping, Helena J's in the house. She's saying, my friends who attended your Law of Attraction all-day workshop have all messaged me and told me how much they loved it. Thank you for the share about the Law of Attraction, Michael Loge, razzle, dazzle, style. And Helena's in Mill Bay on beautiful Vancouver Island, about an hour from where I live. Good stuff. Cindy is from Vancouver area. She is coming to Las Vegas on May 16th and 17th to take my training. She said, I can't stay for the whole broadcast and just wanted to say I'm so excited about this training. Well, what she doesn't know is that we have a very intimate group, and she is going to get so much of my attention. So, Cindy, if you're still here, book something on the 18th or 19th of May because you are going to be prepared to do an introductory presentation. Who else, John?
Dia Lewis says, hi, everyone, from Atlanta.
Oh, great. Dia's with us. Hello, Dia.
And Robert Schindel says, happy Friday from the Philippines.
We should have a little map and pin all these countries. We've got Philippines is in the house. Suzanne Darnell gave us the Holy S-balls.
Yeah. Susan Arthur says, Rhonda Knight Boyle's smile makes the world brighter.
Ah. My friend Joyce Dent's in the house. Good morning, Joyce Dent. Okay, I'm just going to do another refresh, John. Oh, I guess there's some more people coming in.
Yeah. Joade says, or Joad. Hi from Bognor Regis, UK.
Yes, Natalie Brown Bennett from California is in the house. Hey, if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. And Delilah has put the links into my certification training program down there. So I just want you to get your head wrapped around this. In Las Vegas, live for 2 days, my book is divided into 2 sections. The first section is how to stop attracting negative things. And I train you how to deliver that for free in like a 30 or 45 minutes. Oh, Rhonda, what if they want you there for an hour? Can you say yes to that?
Absolutely.
What if they say you only have 15 minutes? Can you do it in 15 minutes?
Absolutely.
That's right. So I'm going to teach you how to deliver an introductory free presentation in about 30 minutes. And you can shrink it or you can stretch it using the techniques. It's the same message. It's 0 preparation time. Is all you need to know is who's there and what problems might they be having and where do I go. That's all you need to know. And how long do I have? Even at the luncheon, they didn't tell me how long I had. And I said, do I have more time? Like pretend like a little kid. Do I have more time? It's like, yes. They never say no when you get. So the first part of the training is learn how to give an introductory free presentation. And in my book, it's right up to the section where we teach you about don't, not, and no, how to reset your vibes. They all leave there, and they will hear your voice, trainer, in their head forever whenever they use the word don't know. They don't say, oh, Michael Logie taught Rhonda that. They don't know about Michael Logie. They only know about Rhonda, and Rhonda's the one that taught them. Ida's the one that said, use the reset button. You'll be remembered for that forever. And then, at the end of the presentation, you tell them that you have a seminar coming up. And the rest of my book is about the 3-step processes. And Rhonda, with all 3 of those steps, we have worksheets. I give you the worksheets, and each one of the worksheets, each one of the workbook has worksheets for each of the steps. Now, Rhonda, Ida did it in 2 days, and you did it in a day, and I did it in 2 hours. Are we using the same worksheets?
Yes.
You bet. Ida had lots of time, probably put them into groups more often. Next Friday, I have 2 hours. Normally, I put people into groups 4 or 5 times. I'm going to do it once, but it's the same worksheets. So the point that I'm making right now is that this program is very adjustable. I'm giving you a system, and whenever you have a system, then you can stretch it or shrink it to how much time you have. And the most important point here is that you get paid to do that. So, Rhonda, repeat the model for me, the free and the paid one. We talked about doing it in person, but I know you took it to another level lately. What did you do instead of doing an in-person paid seminar? What are you doing?
Well, I still do the in-person paid and the in-person free training, and I've also put it on video so that I can send it out when I build relationships, and maybe I don't have one coming up soon. I'm able to send that video out to somebody. So it's the same presentation, same worksheets.
Yeah, good stuff. And you can sell it, and you can make money. Like on Friday, I only had a half hour, so I had a half hour, and then I upsold, and we use that freely. I upsold them to this package where they get 2 of my books and 3 online programs, right? So I don't even have to deliver the 3 steps. They're paid for it to get it online. So you do it once. Now, my favorite place, however, is to be on stage. So I would rather have them come to a seminar. But, these are busy executives, and many people bought the package where they would take the programs online after seeing me for free. The point that I'm making is the free presentation, we deliver it over and over and over again. You master it, and you don't need very much time or information to know how to get the next group. And then you offer the paid seminar after that. So Ida, tell us about one of the techniques in the program where you put this corporate people into groups. What was one of the exercises that they did into groups where you're just walking around the room? You're not doing anything, but walking around the room, watching them do an exercise. Which exercise was that?
I think the one they liked the best was the one where you set up the contrast clarity sheets or clarity by contrast sheets, and that's when they act as each other's therapists or what have you. So that really got them going, and I think the other one that they liked also was the one where you have the the kind of it's not the motivation, sorry, it's the rewards or the rewarding yourself and letting it happen.
Nice.
That was, finding ideas of what's another way where you can, let it happen, or
Yes.
just
Tell me, how many people left their worksheets behind?
Actually, most of them, like they wanted, most of them wanted more worksheets, because what happened is that, like, they wanted to teach their wives, because they were all men. So, men are into papers, and they're like, no, we have to give this to our wives, so that was cool.
Yeah.
That was,
So nobody left their worksheets on their chair.
Oh, no, nothing was left in the chair. Yeah. And actually, they tried to stay a little bit more to ask more questions, and I'm like, they just wanted to keep asking and see what they can do. So.
I remember doing a seminar in Malaysia, big audiences there, 1,200, 1,000 people, and I was done, and they wouldn't leave, and I said, go, I'm done. They just, and then even the seminar that I did in Victoria 2 weeks ago, people came up to me on the break and they said, do you have any more worksheets? And I always print extra ones just in case. And I said, yeah, they're at the front of the room. And my point there is that we've all been to seminars where they're going around and picking up the leftover handouts or the worksheets or and they're taking them home. There's not, matter of fact, we need an overflow of worksheets because people want to take them home to the workplace or to their wives or husbands or family or whatever. So great point that you're making there is that,
So that was good. So allowing it, I just allowed it, I let it, I just basked in this sort of like feeling like, yes, I did something. Those 2 days were really, I felt it was fulfilling for me, as a trainer. I never had it before. I used to have it before as a pranic healing trainer, but that was draining. This was uplifting. And I think I just felt more like, like you're getting something back. You're getting that satisfaction. You're not drained. Actually, you're on a high.
Yeah. It was funny because on when I did the luncheon, I'm very animated and who here and then I talked about a full day seminar and somebody said, so were you just like this for the half hour and then the full day? I said, no, I'm like this at an 8-hour seminar. And they couldn't believe it. They said, where do you get the energy? Well, it just feeds itself, doesn't it? The audience shouting out answers and raising their hand and it just feeds me. It's like, I only get tired on the way home, but during the day, Rhonda, would you agree? Is that you can maintain all that energy for the full day?
Absolutely. It's so exciting because you see people, light bulbs going off, and you see them getting it, and they're telling you that they're getting it.
That's very rewarding. Thank you. John, we're going to take a dip in our toes back in the Vancouver so you can tell us who's saying what. And today we're going to wrap up. We're going to get Ida's website address from her, and then we're going to get a wrap up from Rhonda. So, and Rhonda's going to tell us, Rhonda, why don't you do that now while John's queuing up and refreshing there. Rhonda, tell us what we're doing in the next few weeks, please.
Absolutely. So there is no show. Boo, next week.
I know.
However, Michael Loge will be back on May 4th, and the topic that week is, can I send a vibe for someone else? Hey?
1-800, I can send a vibe for you, question mark.
And then on May 11th, Michael, that show is going to be unemployed or employable. How to use law of attraction to land that interview.
That's right. Sometimes I'm always talking like people have a job or a business, right? Well, there's a lot of people that are looking for a job and they don't want to take any job. So that topic is about being employable. Well, instead of waiting till then, one of the key messages is that if you're unemployed, you're really employable. So I want you to start using that word today. So, I'm employable. And I almost feel the difference in that energy. Good, Rhonda, we're going to help you wrap up a little bit in a few more minutes. But John, I'm seeing some more live comments out there. Tell me who's saying what, please.
Yeah, I'll start with the most recent question from Linda Kranich. Do you have an online facilitator training program?
I do have an online facilitating training program. It's on the same link as hangoutwithmichael.com/certification. It is, however, more expensive than the one in Las Vegas. The one in Las Vegas is $3,000. It's 2 days. You will get 17 of my paid programs when you go home, plus the Facebook group of my support. The training online is a couple more $1,000 more expensive than Las Vegas. Because I want to be in Las Vegas doing the live training, so I'm reduced the price to get people to come to do that. So if you're considering taking it, Las Vegas is the better value, and it'll be an intimate group, so we'll really get to connect. I mean, I have lunch with people. I mean, I'm not the trainer that that is not accessible. I mean, I'm there. We're having lunch together. We're having cocktails together. It's like, come play with me. Come have fun.
It's gonna be a party. Brenda says, having the ability to revisit and share this seminar will make you a rock star.
Thank you. Hashtag rock star.
Yeah. And Irene Adams Pimentel says, hi, everyone, from Silver Lake in New Hampshire.
Silver Lake, Irene. Kevin has a question for the panel members. Kevin, it's my show. Question for the panel. What one thing would you tell someone who has never heard of Michael? Isn't that interesting? Rhonda, what would you say to that question? What would you tell somebody that hasn't heard? I think he means of my training. What would you tell them?
Well, two things. First of all, I will tell you that Michael will match your energy. So whatever you put into it, he's going to match it. He will be there for you for every question you have. Anything that you have, he's there for you.
Thank you.
It's really an energy match. So that I really appreciate, Michael. So the other thing I will say about the training, the certification training, is that not only will it teach you these things so that you can train others, you will become a master law of attraction attractor in your own right. And that will give you greater credibility, greater confidence in order to go out there and help other people be who they are and get what they want.
That's right. Thank you. That's a good point. You have to. You have to live it, learn it, and you'll be doing it so often that you'll be practicing yourself. Ida, what's something that how would you answer that question? What's one thing you would tell someone who hasn't heard of me or the training?
Well, one thing, I usually call them the Law of Attraction Guru. I call you the Law of Attraction Guru. So
Thank you.
That's one thing I do tell them. The other thing about the training, just as Rhonda was pointing out, that you are there for us and the energy matches, you know what I mean? And like, if you're enthusiastic, so it just boils over to us. We feel that enthusiasm and, you lift us up. The training is like that. You won't feel the time. It will go by so fast because it just leaves you wanting more. And on top of all of that, you're so accessible. Just as you had pointed out, you are there for us. So during the whole training, I take it afterwards. I mean, whenever I send you an email, you're there, you answer, within minutes. So I like that. I like the fact that you stay.
I'm pretty proud of my post support. Yeah. Good stuff. Thank you, too. Okay, a couple more comments. One from Susan Arthur from Surrey. A stone's throw away from Royal Military Academy where Prince William and Harry trained as officers. Are you trying to name drop Susan Arthur? I think she is. John, who else is saying what?
She's neighbors with the royalty. Yeah. Laura Hill says, I am on the process of attracting a kick-ass freelance contract.
Yay, we love that. Our friend Joade, I think you might remember this. He said, thank you so much for the brain fog removal. John and I do an emotion coach show, and we help Joade with brain fog, sometimes called writer's block. He said, because of your session, I completed my emotion code course in 3 days. Thanks to, I'll share the details soon.
Great. Congrats.
Good. I'm just scanning. And then, John, I'd like you to let people know about our sidebar show that we do on Saturdays and what we're talking about tomorrow. I think our friends will be interested to hear that. Go ahead, please.
Sidebar spin-off show is the Emotion Code Bro show. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific or 12 noon Eastern. And Michael and I are on episode number 45. And it is for business owners and entrepreneurs. And we're going to blow away those business blocks and limiting beliefs so business owners can grow their business, attract more clients, make more money.
Yeah. Have you hit your ceiling? Like, was your goal to have 10 clients and you got there and you can't get beyond? There's a ceiling. There is a client ceiling, and there's a money ceiling, and there's a referral ceiling. And somewhere your subconscious mind has put a ceiling. That's as far as you can get. If that's you, tomorrow, right here on this channel, on this Facebook Live show. Good stuff. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Good. We're going to ask Rhonda and Ida to wrap up. We're going to start with Rhonda. Rhonda, any parting words, and let people know how they can get a hold of you, please. Go ahead.
You bet. I would just encourage you, if you are on the fence, just fall over and go do it. And join Michael in Las Vegas. You can find me at rhondaboyle.com. So there you go. You can find me out there.
Good stuff. Thanks for hanging out with us today. You did a bomb job today. Ida, how can people get a hold of you today, or get a hold of you?
Okay, I have my Instagram account, Law of Attraction Q8, one word. And Law of Attraction Q8, I'm on the Instagram, and the way to contact me is just send me a direct message, and I'll be there for you. And I also do online, video counseling. So I do that long distance too. Mm-hmm.
Good. And we're going to ask all the panel members to sometime today to go out into this chat below, and that's a great place for you to put your Instagram account, Ida. Say hello. People might be saying hello, and say, hey, check me out on Instagram. And Rhonda, I think you've left a note out there so people know how to get a hold of you. And John knows how to do that. So, John, how can people get a hold of you? Because you might have stimulated them today with an emotion code session. Go ahead.
Maybe a little brain fog. That's also a hot topic. I'm at aliveandpeer.com. It's written right below me here and behind me right there, aliveandpeer.com. If you'd like to book a one-on-one emotion code session to help with those business blocks, get a jump start, no time like the present, or help with some chronic pain, fatigue, or lack of motivation, I'd love to help you.
Good. Okay, well, thank you, John. Helene has dropped us a little note here. She said she has an update from the Law of Attraction workshop that her and her friends came to Victoria. I feel so much clarity around my hypnosis business, booking lots of clients. # we love that. Good stuff. And John, anything else there before we end up?
Dia Lewis says, just started my entrepreneurial endeavors. So tomorrow, the Bro Show is a must for me.
Oh, good. Welcome back, Dia Lewis.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? The word entrepreneur and entrepreneurial is the only one that I spell wrong every time. And I have a resistance to learning it. I just let spell checkers say, and I'm saying something, I'm going to spell this wrong. And I always do. And spell checker always. So I've really not taken the time to find, because I usually like a little system, how to remember to spell that word. And I think after today, I got to learn how to spell it, because I'm so dependent on spell checker spelling it right for me.
Sounds like you have a trapped emotion there about it,
I think
Michael.
I do. Mindy's watching. She is, hey, Mindy, hope you enjoyed today's show. And Sylvie Bellini gave us a shout out. She enjoyed today's show. And # Susan Arthur's name dropping.
Yeah.
Well, good. I had fun today, like always. After the show, I'm going to go out and read any comments or questions that you might have. I'm going to ask my Rockstar panels to go out and leave a notes in case you want to talk to them directly. So, panel members, let's say goodbye to everybody watching, and thanks for hanging out with us today. See you later, everybody.